Think you need a ton of supplies to create beautiful scrapbook layouts? Think again. Today, I'm challenging myself to create 5 simple but stunning scrapbook layouts using the Growing Up collection, and more specifically, the Outdoor Play Theme Kit collection. So I just have paper and embellishments in this small kit. No extras, no fuss, and just a little creativity. If you love easy, stress-free scrapbooking, you're in the right place. Let's jump in and make some magic with what we've got. Part 1 of a 2-part series. So we are going to talk about the Growing Up collection today, and I know I probably just I don't think I discovered this. I think they planned it for the way I'm going to show you today how to use this collection when I talking with another advisor, and I had this like aha moment, and we're like, oh, it makes so much sense. And I know we've had other collections like this in the past, and I just never really caught on to it like I did with this one. So I thought, oh, I want to show other people this. I think it's so exciting and how we're going to get 5 double page layouts out of one of the theme packs today. So I'm going to show you those 5 layouts using the outdoor play theme. But I'm also going to show you Epic Adventures just as a sample to kind of walk us through where I'm going with the whole thing, because I think Epic Adventures, really you could see where I'm going to go with the whole idea. If you don't know, Creative Memories came out with this earlier this month, and it's the Growing Up collection has one 12-piece paper pack. It also has a stickers pack and an embellishment pack, and it's kind of designed for all those first moments in life, first tooth, braces, all the way to getting a driver's license and the prom. There was a mix of everything in that collection. Then what they did was they broke it into 6 different themes, like outdoor play, epic adventure, indoor play, rolling good times, magical moments, and then one called Hello Lovely. So there's just a mix of different papers that you can use for any parts of childhood to capture every single moment in childhood, in my opinion. So let me go ahead and switch over to the overhead, and I'm going to show you what my idea is here, just using one of those theme packs. Okay, so what I have here on my desk is Epic Adventures, and I've already turned the paper so we could see both sides of this. I'm just going to go through them really fast so you could see the different themes within Epic Adventure. So here, this one would be more like a superhero kind of theme, space, robots, dinosaurs, Western or cowboys, and then the last one here is pirates. So that makes, we can see those are pretty clear when we're looking at this little mini collection. And then we have the back sides of the paper, which are these 4 tone-on-tone pieces. We're going to come back to those in a minute. But then here's where the magic happens, is with the last 2 pieces, because here they gave us cut aparts. And honestly, if I see these, sometimes I just want to use the other side of the paper than the cut aparts. And the cut aparts here are going to be our map pack. And since we don't have a map pack with this, then we're going to use the cut aparts for journaling spots. Could be even more titles if we need more titles, or just matting photos. But here's what I wanted to show you. So each pack has one of these border sheets. And what the border sheets do is they actually represent each theme that we just went over in the pattern paper. So we have dinosaurs, horseshoes for the Western page, skull and crossbones for the pirates, gears for the robots, twinkling stars for space, and then I'm guessing the city skylight is for the superheroes, because superheroes are always saving cities at night, especially. That's how I interpreted that. My plan with this, when I create these layouts, is I will cut each one of these apart, and we have 2 borders, so that's perfect for a 2-page layout. I'll put these 2 borders with each page that it goes with. So the dinosaurs will go with the dinosaurs, and so on. The horseshoes will come over here with, I'll take both horseshoes and put them here with the Western. That's my plan on how I'm going to use the cut apart. What we're going to do today is we're going to cut apart these. And this pack, I would probably try and do 6 layouts, one for each of these. When I show you outdoor play in a little bit, I'm only going to make 5 because honestly, there is one that I didn't really care for. So I thought, oh, I'll just use the backside 2 times. So that's why I'm only getting 5, but I think you could get 6. I would cut these apart. I would make sure each one of my 6 layouts has at least 1 card. Doesn't matter to me what size. So what I'm doing here is I'm making little mini page kits for later on. So I would put my 2 border strips and I'd give at least 1 mat card to each little page kit. And then a couple of them are going to get 2 is how I would do that. Then with the pattern paper, this one, if I'm going to use all 6 and my cut aparts, I'm only going to have 4 pieces left. So it's going to be a little more challenging with Epic Adventures to spread out my tone-on-tone papers. If I was going to do a project like today where I'm just going to whip out the 5 pages and put photos on later, then maybe not. I could cut them in half or split them up somehow. But I also would, you could reach into your stash. I don't want to today reach into my stash, so I'm going to focus on just the 5. And that's where I picked one I didn't want and used the backside. That helped me extend this a little bit more. So that's why I'm always saying, get the tone-on-tone paper when we have it. Like right now, we have the best of, same thing. Those are the great kind of papers that you can pull into a project like this. Okay, so we will, however, have to bring in some cardstock I'm using cardstock today for our backgrounds. We have to bring in something for the background because we just don't have enough paper in here to create backgrounds and 5 layouts. So I'm bringing in all cardstock. I'm going to follow the recommendation that they gave us for our cardstock and try and keep as close as I can to those. I know I did change out one, but I'm also going to use white as a background today and black actually. Because then what they did with the embellishments, and we'll see this really good with this collection especially, is they matched up those as well. So we have this one would go with outer space. That one goes with outer space too. Superhero. And I would just separate them just like this. Western, superhero, Western, another Western. This one I would put with robots, pirates. So you see, it's making a lot more sense now, right? I'm pretty sure they really designed this so that we can do this type of layout. Dinosaurs, space, more dinosaurs, robots. Now there's a couple here, put those aside because I didn't quite get those. A couple, another pirate, another dinosaur, pirate, and superhero. Now these two, I'm not really sure. They were more construction based. I'm guessing we maybe could put them somewhere else as we're building our layout, depending on what our photos were, or we just have extras for a future layout. So that makes a lot more sense when we see the papers, the cut aparts, and the embellishments. They just made it so easy for us. The only downside I will say with the embellishments, and I don't think it's going to be quite a downside when we get to our layouts, but here's our superhero page. And we're going to make a double page layout, but we only have 3. So at first I was like, oh, that when you spread them all out, you don't get a lot of embellishments per your page. But I think today there's so much going on with the pattern paper, the border strips, the mat cards, that I don't think we're even going to notice that we only put 3 or so on a page. So here's the outdoor play pack. Okay, so I'm just going to show you all of them. Okay, so the stars, the backside is our cut aparts. I'm going to put that one to the end. My favorite piece in the whole pack. I love this one. It's the little butterflies and dragonflies. The backside is equally as nice because it's dirt. This is like disc golf. And the backside of that one is some sun. This is, I'm guessing it's kind of like chalk on the sidewalk, was my guess. And red tone on tone. Let me scooch them a little closer. This one's fun too. This looks like a pool, a lot of floaties. The backside of that, of course, is some water. So you could see our theme of outdoor play. They covered everything. This one looks a little more beachy to me, but when we see the embellishments, I think it's supposed to be more like a sandbox. But that one's fun. And then, excuse me, the backside of that is the cut aparts. So the piece I was saying that I wasn't too fond of was the chalk art. I just don't think I would have a use for it. So for me, and because it's like this circular, it's a little bit more challenging to use. So I decided for me, I'm going to flip that over and I'm going to use the red because the red goes with so many of our pattern papers. First, pick out our themes here. So for sure, I'm going to use the pool. I'm going to call that one the pool. I'm going to put these in my order here. This one is more, it's disc art. I mean, disc frisbee art. What is that called? Frisbee golf. And disc golf, right? Yeah. My brother plays this. I should know. This does this all the time. Lots of other games. There's other games we're going to see in the embellishment. So I'm going to put that kind of right there. Of course, the bugs and the pond. So we're going to have to double these up. And the sandbox. And then this one's going to make a little more sense when we see the embellishments. Nighttime. There we go. That's going to be my 5 themes. Still outdoor play. We're going to have to stress that because even though we have pool, this looks like going to be a great pool layout. The embellishments don't really support full on pool layout. And then these are my back sides, and I'm going to disperse them throughout my 5. So I'm lucky on this one because I went down to 5 layouts. I have 5 pieces left here. So I have at least I can give 2 pieces to each of my layouts. So I could put a second piece on each of these. First one I'm going to do is the red with the pool. I don't know why. I just think that one really pops because of all the red floaty toys. And then with the disc golf, I'm going to put that second piece of red paper because I feel like that's going to really pop as well. Okay, the dirt is going to go with my my butterflies and dragonfly paper because I just know I have photos somewhere with my son doing something that this is going to relate to because that is just a fun paper. And even though I'm kind of committing both pieces to the same layout, I'm okay with that. The sunshine paper I'm going to put here with the sandbox. And then the water paper, I'm going to put right here with the stars. And when you see the cut aparts, you're going to know why I did that. Let me show you. All because of this one right here. It says pool by day, bonfire by night. So I felt like those two need to go together, and that cut apart's going to for sure go right there. Let's cut apart the cut aparts and we will distribute those to each of our layouts here. Okay, so we're just going to disperse these borders out. Okay, so like I said, this one's, I think, pretty obvious. It's going to go right here with my pond. And the sun strips, I think I'm going to put this one over here with the pool because I feel like it has some of those colors again coming through from the floaties. Okay, wait, these two I'm not going to use because I'm not using that other paper. This one I know for sure is going to go on the disc golf because that's going to be more like a game, outdoor game. So I'm going to put the numbers there. And the sandcastles are actually going to go with the sandcastle paper. And I'm going to have an extra set of strips because I'm not using these ones. And I'm pretty sure I put all of those on layout number 5, which is the bonfire. The pool by day, bonfire by night paper. And one thing too is as I'm going through and I'm going to start cutting these for layouts, if I have anything left over from a page, I'm just going to keep moving it forward at the end, maybe come back and see if I want to add something somewhere else or just add it to my scrap bin. There's gonna be very little left. So let's go ahead and do our actual the cut aparts mats. The one I know for sure was my pool by day, bonfire by night is gonna come over here. Let's see what we have here because we have some mats and a couple that could be used as titles. So maybe we want to wait to see what else we have for titles before we put those on. I know I'm going to take this one that looks like water and put that with my pool. This one, this gray one, I'm going to put or over here with the nighttime one. The dirt one, I think I had right here with the butterflies. This green star one, go over with layout number 2. This turquoise one, I kind of liking it with the pond, but I think I'm going to put it over here with the sandcastle for now because I don't have one there. And then these two I want to hold off on until I see what other titles I have in the embellishments. What I kind of was thinking at first was I have some water play here, and then we have a bunch of games. Here's another game. And then we have some outdoor physical kind of movement embellishments. And of course, we know where that one's going. I'm just going to do it now because that's the net with the little caterpillar. So it's going to go on my pond. The floaties, going to go into the pool. So let's put that one with water play right now. Another pretty obvious one because I want to keep kind of all the bonfire things over there. So that one's going to go there. And I'm just kind of separating also some of my titles. Let's move that right there. And so these are the titles or the words that we have. And then these are the actual embellishments. So what I did for the pool, I thought, okay, I'm going to try and put some of these, the water sports there. But I also have to keep in mind that this one's going to need pool stuff too. So for now, I am just going to put all 3 of those right here because this pack came with 20 and we're doing 5 layouts. So it's about 4 embellishments per layout. And some might have a little less and some might have a little more. The games are an easy one for me. So I'm going to move that right over here to the disc art paper. Why do I keep calling it disc art? Disc golf paper. And because that's going to be more games. The one here that looks more like sun, I'm going to put over here with the pool by day and bonfire by night. Okay, so let's see what else we have. Tag your it. I feel like that sounds like a game. So we're going to put that with games. Oh, here's another, like, I don't know, I call this like a big movement kind of play where you would see a lot of these in a backyard. Put those right here with the sandbox because my theory is going to be like, this is going to be just outdoor play of any kind. Bubble. This one was a tough one. I'm going to put it with the water sports for now, I think, because that'll give me the 4 there. And then I have my titles. So splash and dash. I think for now it's going to go here in the pool. Sunny days, happy hearts. I think I actually want to put that with the pool as well. It's huge. It's a huge one. So I'm not sure if I'm going to cut it yet or I don't know. We're going to come back to that one. This one, that play is the highest form of research. I like that one for my pond page because there's so much they can learn by playing in a pond. Play away the day. I think it could either go here with the disc golf, but I already have a title and some things there. So I'm going to move it over here with the sandbox. It would be good if you're keeping the one with the house, the chalk art. That would be good for that one. Wild Child. I feel like this is a bonus. We could really probably use it on on any of them, right? But I think I'm going to put this one right here for now. Layout number 4. We'll see. And then the world is your backyard. I really like this one with the pond. So I'm going to put it there. So that's how I broke them up. We're ready to start our 5 layouts. And we start right off with a strip. Because each page has a strip. So it's like, where do we want to put the strip, the border strip on our layout? So this is a sun. So for me, I know that's going to go toward the top of my layout. And I usually always put anything with the sun related toward the top. So now I have my two pieces of paper, and red I just want as like a little bit of accent. Okay, so this piece of paper is special because not only does it have the pool floaties on one side, it has the water on the other. So definitely this would make a great pool page. And so it's like, how do you want to cut your paper? What I want to do is to trim this down somehow to get it onto both sides of my paper. I'm going to cut into some strips is what my plan is here. I want to make sure this is a directional piece. So I need to make sure that it's going the right way. I want it to be coming across horizontally. My idea was 2.5-inch strips of the floaty paper facing up. So I did have to do some math. So that would be 5 inches of my paper. So I have 7 inches left. And I want to get some of the water paper on. So for this one, well, we're just going to cut it right in half at 3.5 inches. I'm just going to layer them like this, but I'm going to trim them down. I just wanted to show you, you don't have to, but I want to bring it in probably like 1.5 inches. Yeah. So I'm going to cut mine down to 10.5 inches. So that was the way I kind of got around using that one piece that I liked both sides of, just using a little bit of it. And I'm going to lay it like this. And then this one will come right underneath it. I chose to put the more detailed piece as a less, because sometimes this gets us a little bit wild and if we use too much of the bold paper. So I thought, okay, I'll put the smaller piece here and then the tone on tone here. So now with the red piece, I wanted to come back in and kind of matte my strip like that. So this should be about a 1-inch strip. So I just want a little bit of red, kind of just to pop it off the page a little bit more. So I'm going to just do about 1.25 inch. And I'm going to just lay that on top like that. So just kind of helps to pop that sun strip up a little bit more. Got this. I wanted red down here as well. So I'm going to do an 1-inch strip for each side. And I think what I'm going to do is put it right here under my water paper and just kind of stack everything up. I have this right now at about 1 inch. Let me bring it down just a tad, maybe 1/2 inch, and then scoot all these down. There we go. Let's see if we like that. I do like the sunny days, happy hearts, but I am going to separate it because it's really big. I'll put one on each side, either something like that or separate them out. But let me go ahead and get some of this adhered down so it's not moving so much. Actually, I kind of like that. Okay, so we're going to go with happy days. No, sunny days, happy heart, like that. Photos. Let me grab some photo cards here and show you how I would place photos on this layout. We do have lots of room on here, but this is the gist of how we use the paper. But I did want to go down to 3.5 by 5.5 because I feel like I still want to be able to see my paper now that I went through all that trouble to put it on here. So I would probably put them down here and maybe even bring them down to the red stripe and put them at an angle so that we can see the fun toys behind it. And I would do 2 on one side, 2 on the other. And then I would come back in with my journaling spot and another photo, and we can do it on either one. So I probably put the photo here, and maybe the journaling card would come here. And I want to bring it all the way down here again so I could see the paper. And this one I would just put at an angle just to kind of keep it kind of fun and playful. So we still have room up here. And what I was thinking for that is to bring in our custom cutting system and do some ovals. Inside my tray, I had the little sandbox still, so that needs to go on the right layout. Okay, so I pulled out some Kelly green and I'm going to cut out a couple ovals. I feel like we can get another photo maybe up here and maybe even over here or tucked in somewhere by using our custom cutting system. You can, still go with a little square photo at the top if you wanted to. I just thought the ovals were kind of fun because of the little pool toys that we had. That's the only reason I went with the oval. So I'm going to cut a decent sized one out of the big oval because I think we could use this as like a mat for the photo up there. So we don't use red because we would Yes, we do. We want to use red. And then when we come back through with the photo, we can pick green or blue, so smaller. So we're going to do the largest circle, the inside track with the red blade. I'm coming up here to the very top so I can conserve some paper. And we probably could have even gone a little bigger. And then for this one, I'm just going to put a couple ovals at the top. This one I'm going to use the green blade because when we come back with the photo, you would want to use the red blade on your photo. So that one's bigger. I like that one. I'm actually going to put this one on this side and put that one over there. I'm going to do one more small one, that size, with the large template. Maybe not for a photo, but maybe for embellishment cluster or just to kind of even them out. So I have 3. I really wanted to bring in the custom cutting system because I think to show you that in order to enhance these, if you wanted to, this is a great way to, all we're using is some cardstock. We don't have those papers and those embellishments that since we split everything out. So bringing in some kind of interest another way, and our custom cutting system is a great way for that. So I'm thinking this one, especially I miscut that. So I'm going to slide it down here just so it has the appearance of an oval, and it's going to go with everything else. This one we'll leave up on top. Let me go ahead and adhere that. Do something like that. Maybe up. I want to avoid this little spot right here. So I don't have some wonky looking thing. So I'm even okay covering up that comma a little bit. Okay, so that's how the first page will look. This one, I'm going to come up here. Again, this could be either for photos or for a little embellishment area. I'm going to tuck it under the red, but on top of the pool. Okay, so where would I embellish? I think we don't have a lot of choices because everything was pretty much done for us by separating them out. And we don't have that many. So Flash and Dash, I don't think I'm going to use it on this layout after all because I have my nice big title here already. Sunny Days, Happy Hearts. That could be very general. So I'm going to hold on, put that one aside and see if we can use it probably on that last one, the bonfire one. So this is going to be more about just water play. So I'm going to bring in the water balloons, put them probably right up here. I think I'm going to use the sprinklers actually and bring it down here on my journaling area. I'm going to kind of bring almost to the corner there. Okay, and then I'm really thinking that to save this one for that last layout also, I need to bring in some kind of pool theme to the pool by day, bonfire by night. And so let's put that one aside for now, and the bubble blower as well. So yeah, I only use 2. At the end, we'll come back and see if we want to add any other, maybe when we get done with everything, we want to come back through and add some more on here. So I'm just going to adhere this. So we're keeping those very, very simple. There we go. Layout number 1 with our border strip across the top, our mat cards, and then our pattern paper. And we have a nice big chunk of red to move on through to the rest of the layouts as well. So if we're finding a layout that we need a little bit more, we'll bring in that pop of red. We'll move on to layout number 2. So to refresh our memory, let's scoot all those over. We had the disc golf. Well, we have suns on the back if we wanted to bring that in, but we also have this red stripe piece of paper. Okay. And I'm going to go super easy on this one. And we're going to do a half and half design because I want the disc golf paper to be on both sides. I like it. And then the red just complements that perfectly. So I'm going to cut this right in half at 6 inches, 6 inches for that one. And then the red one, I want the stripes to be vertical on my page. And the reason I have the black paper is because I do want to trim the half and half pieces down a little bit and give myself a little border. I'm going to trim just a hair off. I just want like a 1/4 inch. Okay, so there we go. There's my design. Simple page layout. I bet you know where I'm going to put my border strip, right? This one is the numbers, and I'm going to put it right there across that seam. Cover up that transition between those 2 papers. I want to pop it out a little bit more, just like on the first one. I kind of want to pop out my border I feel like it blends in a lot because there's a lot going on in that paper, in the top piece of paper with the pattern. I want to put a little border around like we did the first time. I'm going to be a little bit more decorative this time and change my blade. I'm going to use decal because it reminds me of grass. We are outdoors. I'll just give it a little bit of a waist cut. 1 1/4. I need to do that twice. And we're just going to adhere these on top like that. There we go. It's going to go right across the middle. So let's talk about photos. Let me bring some photos in. I would probably put full-size 6x4 photo here. I'm thinking title is going to go right over here. I'm just going to keep my photos in my designated spots, but I would have no problem overlapping either. So I would really depend on the photos that you have. I'm just giving you a couple of ideas. I'm going to put 2 full-size photos here to kind of balance them out. And I'm going to do the same at the top. So if I'm going to put my photos, I would want to try and put the same size photos next to each other if you're going to split them like that. And then I'm saying that because I'm going to bring in some 4x4s and I'm going to do something like this and then something like that. So I'm putting those kind of on the outside edge. And I'm going to put it right over here. We have plenty of room. We can do a couple things. We could put it straight up and down if you wanted to keep it very linear, or you can be a little more playful with it and tuck it under. You could even fussy cut this out if you didn't want the star paper, but I do want to pull in some of that green. And we can also cover it right up with a photo if we wanted to, if you had to get an extra photo in here. And I think that looks pretty nice too. I want to keep that for some journaling. We even have room if you don't want to tuck it under to just kind of put it off to the side like that. Now to bring the green back in, I think I'm going to bring back the Kelly green and give a little base for my title up there, just so that title kind of pops out a little bit more. There we go. That looks pretty good. I cut about a 3 3/4 inch square, and then I kind of just trimmed it down a little. Now we have the rest of our embellishments. We have our photos, our journaling box, our title, everything is in place, and we have a bunch of games. I'm going to keep for sure the disc golf basket. That's what they look like if you've never played before. I think what I was going to do was put these kind of toward the center of the layout. But I think they get washed out there. So I was going to bring in some black scrap. I'm going to back some of these in black to help them pop. So that's going to go there. That's fine. The hopscotch, I want to come over here with it and kind of cover up some of this over here. I'm going to lay that right at the edge of that tag. And then this one, I think I want to put this up here somewhere. Let me come back to that. Let's cut these out. So what I'm going to do with these is I want them to pop off the page. Just going to grab some black scrap here. I'm going to put the embellishment on here and fussy cut around. But you can see how it's going to pop that right off the page now. So that looks, you can compare it to the baseball tees over here that I haven't done yet. And it really just helps it stand out. That's all I did with those two. I just kind of popped them off with some black paper. And then up here, probably tuck it in. Yeah, I'm going to tuck it in like this. That's the part I don't need to see as much. Just tuck it right under my title like that. So we used 5 on this one, a little bit more, but that's okay. And that's layout number 2.